Love, peace and love, peace and love, peace, love, and harmony to you. So I was just in meditation earlier, and I came out with something on my spirit, so I wrote it down, and I just wanted to share it with you. But actually, it is more on why I feel the most important when you looking to regain your mental health, your mental strength, and pull yourself out of spiritual suppression. The most important thing that you have is your words. Words are so powerful. People don't really give enough attention and respect to the power that words have. There's a scripture in the Bible in John 1. It says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the same was in the beginning with God." You hear how powerful that is? Your word is your bond. When you break your word, you can get for not keeping your word. Your word is so powerful. And so your word, which is your life form energy, expressed through an intentional vibration that we know as a sound that we express as a word. Your word is so important. There's so many aspects that your word is created from. I don't know how long this video gonna be, but hey, just stick with me to the end. This is so powerful. Okay, so at our smallest fractal, what are we? Well, scientists prove that we are something that they just simply call energy. Energy forms into quarks that forms into the contents of an atom, protons, neutrons, and electrons. And then those protons, neutrons, and electrons produce the atom, which produce the organelle, which produce the organ tissue, which produce bone, skin, and the tissues that make up the human body. And so at our smallest fractal, we are all the same thing. Now, some of us have different abilities, but at the end all, at your most minute state, we are all the same energy. Is that because we in this holographic matrix, as people have said? Anyway, science proves that we're energy, and so energy has characteristics that come with principle or laws. And so energy is governed by laws. And so scientists would proclaim that energy is governed by the laws of physics. And so, as energy, you have a material body because when energy slows down, the slower it goes, the more dense or heavy it gets. And so, the slowing down of energy produces materiality, which ultimately, however we perceive, becomes our reality. And let me just share the breakdown with you. Okay, so our words are so important. Words are the energy that we use to program the experiences coming from our subconscious mind. Words. And so words are what? Sounds. Words are made from what? Letters. Letters are what? Sounds and symbols. That's what letters are. Letters are sounds and symbols. And so these symbols are known as what? Energy. And energy in the form of sounds and lights. This whole thing is sounds and lights. Life is sounds and lights. That's what life is. Life is sounds and lights because light is measured in frequency. Sound is also measured in frequency. But when referring to the measurement of waves, light and sound specifically refers to its frequency as a characteristic. So this is a law or principle. A characteristic of light and sound is its frequency. And so what is character? The things that don't change, the things that are locked in, your character. And so your frequency identify the wave. The wave is a reflection of the character that you maintain. And so low vibrating energy, eating low frequency diets, going to low frequency places, talking to low frequency people produces a low frequency. But then eating high vibration foods, eating high vibration, high frequency, having high frequency conversations and relationships in different places, meditating, studying, drinking your water, eating your fruit, self time. That's high frequency. And so frequency is a property of waves. And so as energy, we're waving. So that what we call these waves, a vibration, a vibe. So the waves that you give off as energy are vibrating. And both light and sound themselves travel in waves. And so this is a wave. That's a wave. And so the frequency indicates how many wave cycles or waves pass a fixed point per second. So this is where time comes to play. When that wave goes up and comes down, this is the point that is passed, and this is the point where it hit at the same time. So at this point, it's a so you get it. And so right at this sweet spot where the point is, it's the same. It don't go up and down. And so the longer you can stay on that sweet spot, the more you can affix a frequency in your subconscious mind. The longer you can stay on that sweet spot, and so you could vibrate slow with negativity, and go slow, or you can or you can go fast. You can vibrate fast or at a high frequency. So frequency is the rate of speed per second. And so you get to choose how much you stay on that fixed point. And so that fixed point is the center point between the wave. And so that's its frequency. And so the slower the wave, the lower the frequency. The higher the wave, the higher the frequency. For example, you see somebody you know and you recognize them and it catch you off guard. And you like, hi. That's high frequency. You see how fast it? Hi. But somebody, they see you and they act like they ain't even know you. They're like, oh, hey. That's low frequency. So you see how that one vibration is high and that vibration is low? This is the international system of units sees fixed point, this fixed point, that's what produces time. Because a certain amount of time, it takes a certain amount of time for it to come back. And so you can make time faster or you can make time go slow. You get this? So we control our own rate of speed in experiencing experiences or getting to experience the things that we desire. And so the International System of Units sees this fixed point as time, and frequency is observed in what we call this time that it takes that wave to hit that point is known as a frequency that's expressed in hertz. Now, this is the part that got me. I'm like, why is it called hertz? Because I love words. Why is it called hertz? And so I look it up. But a hertz is one event per second. One, two. And so 1 hertz is one per second. Hertz. But what do hertz sound like? Hurt, right? This hurts. And so it said, what did they named a unit that measures the frequency of wave hertz. The system history claim, when I say the system history, I'm talking about the people, his story. I'm talking about the people who took over, conquered our land, took us off our land, and that's another video. But their story is that Hertz is named after the German physicist Heinrich Hertz, who died in like 1894. And so, knowing that nothing is by chance, what do you think of when you hear Hertz? A ache, a pain, anguish, torment, agony, affliction. Ultimately, hurt is suffering. This hurts. Hurts is suffering. And so the wave that they call hertz, that is traveling at a frequency, past at a rate of speed past a certain fixed point that we observe as light and sound, we call that energy. That's energy. Energy exists in two forms. Those two forms of energy is waveform, excuse me, in material form, or what we know as matter. And so light and sound is energy. That light and sound is influencing us with the symbols of their character. And so, you know what that energy is? Energy is your mind. Energy is the mind. That's where everything is flowing in the mind. And so, your ability to control, observe, and intentionally use this energy that's in the mind is your consciousness, your state of thinking, the nature of your thoughts. Your consciousness is what gives you control, the ability to observe, and the able to make intentional choices with your thoughts. That's what your consciousness is, and your consciousness is present in your mind, and your mind is formed of energy. And so your consciousness is manipulated through intentional thoughts. It's manipulated through your thoughts. And so what does manipulation mean? Manipulation means to control or take advantage of by artful, unfair, or insidious means. And so what are some synonyms? Exploit, deceive, trick, and engineer. Those are synonyms for manipulation. To exploit, to deceive, to trick, and to engineer. It's a little chilly. It didn't turn fall. And so your thoughts are used to engineer your mind, to trick your subconscious mind. That's why they say this is all a play. It says to deceive and exploit. You have the ability to exploit life by learning to maintain your thoughts. And so consciousness is intentional thoughts. And these intentional thoughts are expressed through your body as feelings. Your thoughts are expressed through your body as feelings. And so when feelings move as a wave on a frequency, passing a fixed point over time, it hurts. It's natural for your feelings to be hurt because your feelings is the expression that your body uses to express intentional thoughts. The thoughts you think, you have to feel the feelings of. And so it reciprocates. The feelings that you feel produces more of the same thoughts. And so it's called hurts. They named that hurts. The process of thinking and feeling, which is producing your experience. And so sometimes life can hurt. And I see how, again, nothing is by chance, nothing is a coincidence. That fixed point is what is called an idea when you think of thought energy. When we consider in thought energy, that fixed point is an idea because the idea is an intellectual is a initial intentional thought that the body is observing as a feeling. And so that thought and that feeling together is stored by the subconscious mind and becomes the consciousness programming. And so your intentional thoughts and feelings builds an operating system in what we call the subconscious mind. And this subconscious mind produces reality. And so when consciousness uses intentional thoughts or ideas to feel feelings, it produces emotion. Emotion. E stands for energy, motion. It produces energy motion. And so energy motion past the fixed point, that wave is cycling past, is moved with feelings or an idea, using an intentional thought over a period of time at a rate of speed called frequency, which is a wave of energy. Your thoughts are energy. And when you fix a point or have an intentional thought and then feel the feelings of it, you are aligning with whatever that thought is. You are aligning your energy, the energy that's attracting things to you, with whatever that thought is. And so that fixed point that's represented as time in the universal measurements of units, that time that you spend on the same idea, its expression comes through lights and sounds. Light and sound is perceived by your consciousness through symbols. Symbols are experienced by seeing them and hearing them. When you see a word, what do you do? You look at it and you say it. When you see a letter, what do? You look at it and you say it. Lights and sounds, seeing and hearing. These are two of your major senses, seeing and hearing. Seeing light and hearing sounds. That's what this all boils down to. The lights you allow yourself to see and the sounds you allow yourself to hear. And this is why words are so important, because these words were morphed. They were created. English words have no backing. They made them mean what they wanted them to mean for the purpose of producing a grammar. Grammar comes from the ancient word grimoire, which means a book of evil spells. They produced this language for the purpose of casting a spell on the people who used it. It's magic. It's evil wizardry. The American language is. Forgive me. That let me be specific. The American language is a curse. And so we seeing lights and hearing sounds. These symbols equal signs, images, character, and of course my favorite, letters. These are the synonyms for symbol. It's sign, image, character, and letter. Seeing and hearing energy as light and sound that we choose to think about produces feelings, traveling as emotions or energy on a wave cycle, past a fixed point of frequency, traveling at a rate of speed. This being called hertz, which is why we think that life hurts, because they want us to think that. This is the natural expression of life, waveform energy flowing past a point at a certain rate of speed. And they named the unit hertz. This is what we know as life. What is life? By definition, the existence of an individual soul. So you existing as this waveform energy with the ability to focus intentional thoughts through consciousness on an idea or a fixed point in time is what makes you a human soul. And so why do we say pain is the best teacher in life? Pain, that's a quote. Pain is the best teacher in life. Because pain influences the fixed point we waving past. So if that fixed point is taking your attention away from a certain responsibility, a certain idea that you should be having, the experience from it, if it causes pain, it will cause you to reflect on that fixed point or that idea or that time that you spend thinking about that thing. So if that fixed point is an X and it ended bad and you hurt and it's low vibrating, the pain from you experiencing that is going to cause you to desire to heal. If you are in a natural practice of spirit rituals, affirmations, visualization, and meditation, then you are going to desire to heal. That's what you would do naturally. Now, in this unnatural world where we push to the level of self-destruction, some people think the opposite, to give it all up. But naturally, our bodies, our minds, and our spirit, our consciousness, it naturally heals. Healing is natural. And so when you're not healing, that's unnatural. And so that's why pain is the best teacher. Because when the pain comes, it makes us address or makes us aware of a fixed point that allows us to shift it. Pain influences the fixed point that we wave past. And so where's all of this waveform, etheric wave, brain form energy and this thought energy? Where is it taking place? It's taking place in your mind, in your mind, by your consciousness. And so the slower the vibration, the more dense energy becomes. And so when energy is not dense, what do you call it naturally? It's light. And so which circles back to us being light beings. We're naturally vibrate high because the slower the vibration, the more dense energy become. But when you vibrate in high, you are high frequency. And so the slowest vibration we call the physical body. The slowest vibrating part of you is called the physical body. You desire to come through a portal of darkness from nothingness, pure consciousness, where all things that you see come from. You decided to come through a portal into this dimension where you could experience yourself or light in a dense state. That's your body. Your body is made of earth. Your body is made of the earth. It's made of the stars. It's made from and is an exact replica of the universe. If you're familiar with the book Solar Biology, get the book and read it. It'll explain how all of the Hebrewic Bible, the religions are all based on this one principle, this one system, solar biology. And so that's another video. And so we know the material plane as matter. And so what's that saying? Mind over matter. Why is it mind over matter? Because mind comes first. The intentional thoughts or ideas that you choose to think from your consciousness that's in your mind is what materializes over time from that idea passing that same fixed point. Y'all with me? And so that idea is made from what? Words. The words in your mind are producing that idea. And those words in your mind are made from what? Letters. Those letters are what? Symbols. Symbols and signs. They're images. And you can see those symbols and signs and images by the way of light. And so, what is that saying? The thoughts that you think, the mental words that you have, is the light that is brightening your consciousness and producing the experiences that it sees. Your words, your thoughts are producing words that's made of letters, which are sounds that make you feel a certain way. That's that thought and that feeling, emotion, is what produces the programming that your subconscious mind retains to produce your experience from. Words are so important. I'm in with that. Peace and love.